Right, before we start, I'm going to apologise for the traffic noise. I'm really excited about the torch that I'm going to show you, so I wanted to get this video done. Unfortunately, most of the lights in my apartment have gone bang, and it's going to take a little while before I can actually get out to the hardware store and buy some new ones, so the light out here is better. Welcome to Canberra on a rainy Monday. So, if anybody has watched my previous EDC video, you would have seen this, Terralux Lightstar 80. I ran through it in that video why I liked it. I did also mention that there had been reports of issues with the tail cap. Now this has been my EDC light for quite a long time. It's, you know, reasonably bright. It has the true color globe, which I'm not a physicist, but as far as I'm aware, the bulb, which is an LED, burns slightly hotter than standard LEDs, and basically it creates a different color of light which doesn't flare out color. So it's really useful if you're doing wiring or stuff like that. I work backstage at theatres on occasion, and also as helping out on with friends doing film shoots and things like that. So if you're trying to check and see if a wire is loose or something like that, it's nice to know which color wire you're playing with. Now, I did mention in the previous video about this that there have been reports of it having problems, the tail cap failing. The tail cap on this torch has failed now. This is the third tail cap I've got. Terralux has been really, really good. I've emailed them, told them that it's broken, and they've given me two options. Either send the torch to them in the States, they'll fix it and send it back, or they'll send me a new tail cap. Now, because I'm posting to this, I'd have to pay postage to the States and back. You know, it's probably more than the torch is worth, to be honest. Sorry about the rev head in the ute. So they've just sent me new tail caps. Now this tail cap has lasted quite a while, but you know, if it's my one and only light and the tail cap fails when I need it, like I am an emergency responder, I'm a rural firefighter. If I have to grab and go, and this is the torch I have in my pocket at the time, and it fails, then I'm in strife. So I am still carrying this, and I will continue carrying it because of that function, and also the fact that you can stick it in your mouth fairly comfortably because of the bite plate. But I have a replacement EDC light. Now, my criteria for an EDC light, my criteria for an EDC light is something that sits in my pocket and I don't notice it's there. I know it's there because I put it in my pocket, but it's not heavy, it doesn't cause any problems like that. So, I had a hunt around and I decided on one of these, just to see what it was like. This is a Nite Ize Inova X1. It runs on a single AA battery, which came included actually. It is an ever-ready battery, which I personally prefer Duracells. As far as I can tell, they work better, but you know, it came with a battery, which is kind of cool. It's, you know, straight out of the box it runs. It's aircraft grade aluminium. It is titanium oxide coated. You can get it in black as well. The titanium oxide coated is slightly more expensive, but the color means that if I drop it and the light goes out, I can see it easier than if it was the tactical black. I probably will pick up a tactical black one at some point just for the hell of it. I really do like this light, and for the price, which is about $30, maybe a little bit more inclusive of postage to me from Amazon, it's really not bad. It's purported to put out 55 lumens of light on the high mode, which lasts about an hour and a half, somewhere around about that, and 6 lumens on low mode, which lasts substantially longer. Now I haven't tested, so there's no point in me giving you numbers, but you know, AA battery is easy to find, it's not that hard to carry a spare one, all that sort of stuff. It does also have a system in it, which means that you get basically constant light output for the life of the battery, and it's only when it's running really, really low that you start to notice the change, which is good, especially for such a cheap flashlight. Now, it does have a stainless steel bezel around the front, and the lens is actually glass, which is really good. It doesn't scratch as easily. But the thing that some people aren't going to like about this light, which I personally do like, is that there is no tail switch. It's a momentary, so if you press it the first time, you get high, and you just hold it. It's not hard to hold. If you press it a second time within 2 seconds of letting it goes down to the low mode. And then you have the constant on options. So if you twist the bezel all the way down, it'll go into constant high. If you have it on high mode, let go, and then turn it onto constant, it goes on to low mode. It's not that hard to interface. It's actually quite an interesting system, which I personally like. It also means that you can operate the light from different positions. So it's a real pain in the backside to get the tail cap like this if you just pull it out of your pocket. But I can, because all I have to do is squeeze, basically. And then if I need it on constant, it's not that hard to twist. I have seen some people saying that the O-ring is too tight for them to do that. I'm not sure why. It's not been a problem for me. But I really like this. It sits in my pocket, I don't even know it's there. Well, I do know it's there, I put it there. If it's not there, it's a problem, because it's the light I carry with me every day. It's always in my pocket. But it's not heavy. You don't feel it in your pocket, which is sort of one of my criteria. I've owned other lights that are heavier, and you know, it feels uncomfortable. I wear jeans a lot, even in summer. I'm not really a shorts person, so you know, jeans pockets, you know, if you've got a big chunky thing in there, you're going to notice. So, but you know, it's a really nice light. It has good throw distance. It seems to, it outthrows the Terralux. I don't actually know the numbers on the throw distance, but it throws far enough for a little torch that you keep in your pocket. If I'm carrying a bag, I usually have a higher output light in there. At this point it's a Maglite X100, I believe it's called. It's a good light, but it could be better. But I'm a uni student, I'm running on a budget, and I don't have hundreds of dollars to spend on lights. For the price, this is really, really good. It's a very attractive little light if you're a bit of a gear junkie like I am. Especially with flashlights. For me, I like flashlights. I think sometimes my fiance is a little bit concerned about the numbers of them that I buy, but you know, they go missing and they get broken and stuff like that. I don't do soft on my tools because there's nothing. It's there to be used. It doesn't just sit in the box or sit on the shelf. It's carried with me every day. It gets, you know, rocked around in my pocket or my bag or whatever. I've had this for about a week so far. I've been carrying it every day. I have used it repeatedly for finding things. You know, the fact that you can, for me as an emergency responder, if I come up to a car accident or something like that, or where somebody's potentially got a head injury, testing pupil reactions and things like that is a fairly good way of figuring out whether somebody's concussed or worse. So being able to switch down to the low mode so you don't just flare out their vision and make it uncomfortable is really, really good. And all that takes is a double tap on the end switch. Like I said, it's small and light. It does have a lanyard hole, which I will be putting a lanyard through as soon as I've got a new Hank paracord in, just so it's easy to access. There are other lights in this size bracket and in this price bracket which have tail cap switch, which I know some people really like. I have no problem with tail cap switches, but this is an interesting interface and I have no problem with it. I quite like it. I've never been particularly interested one way or the other. My problem with the tail cap button flashlights, if they have multiple modes, which this one does, a lot of the time you've got to click on, click off, click on again to get through to the mode you want, which is fairly slow and clunky, especially if you've got more than two modes, which really I don't think you need. You know, that Maglite I have has high mode, it has a brightness selector mode, it's got strobe SOS, the candle mode, which takes it down to 1 lumen. All of it's accessed through this weird little G sensor thing, which works okay once you've got practice at it. But it's a lot of settings for stuff that I don't really need. I don't need a strobe light. All I need is a torch that goes on and off, and this does it for me. You know, like I said, it's nice and light. I think it weighs about 30 grams, which is not hugely heavy. You know, it's really well made. The threads are beautiful. The knurling on it is really well done. It's a stylish little flashlight, you know, and it works really, really well. I'm very pleased with it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. But yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry about the traffic noise.